Now that we have your website ready to go, it's time to get it up on the web so other people can see it. So that's the most important part, right? Is getting it so other people can see it. And that's so you can see it at home on the web and not have to use your Dreamweaver files. So what we're going to do is we first need to create an account to host it on a web server. So remember, anytime you go to a website, you are sending a signal from your computer to a web server saying, I want to look at this HTML file. And then it brings the HTML file back and lets you see it. It's a web server because it's accessible by the web and a public entity or public forum, essentially, so that people can come and look at the files. This isn't something that your computer can do by default. Your computer is not a web server, so people can't access your files on your computer. But when you put files onto a web server, they become available. We're going to use somebody else's web server. Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they all provide these, but GoDaddy is probably the most significant one that people know about. If you go to GoDaddy, you can, whoops, see that they offer hosting, website builders, webmail. They offer email addresses and domain names. And domain names is essentially like CNN.com, Facebook.com, Instagram.com. No one can have the same domain name as somebody else because there's something you actually own. You can do this also through like Weebly, Wix, Squarespace. Trying to think of any others that are really, really popular. Those are like the ones we hear about a lot. But what we're going to do is we don't need like a website builder like Weebly, Wix, or Squarespace. We've already built our website. We just need a place to host it. We just need somewhere that is available to put it on the web. So we're going to use Infinity Freeze. So I want you to go to the internet, open up a browser, and search for Infinity Free, and we're going to use infinityfree.net. This is going to be where you are going to be able to create a website. So I'm going to agree to their privacy policy. Sounds great. And we're going to sign up now for free unlimited web hosting. So you're going to click sign up now and sign up for an account using your school district account. So you're going to put your ID number at students.cheneySD.org. I suggest you make your password be your birth date and confirm that, agree to it, and do the robot thing, right? Okay, so go ahead and do that real quick. You should then have to confirm your email address. So go ahead and verify your email address real quick. And then you're going to be able to log in again. So go ahead and log in real quick. So once you're in, you should now be able to see that you have the ability to create accounts. Accounts are essentially like, what do you want to host? So you can have up to 3 websites that you can host on the web through Infinity Free for free. So we're going to create an account here once you're logged in. And you have 2 options for choosing a domain name. You can choose a subdomain or you can create a custom domain. A custom domain means that you need to own it. So you can't just have a domain name for no reason. It's just not free. They're not available. You have to purchase them. So we can't do a custom domain name because you all don't own custom domain names and I'm not going to buy one for you and you don't want to buy one. So we're going to do a subdomain. What a subdomain means is like, when you go to a website, it's completely free. And you might see this when you go to like certain websites that are Weebly or Wix websites, because they can be like yoursite.wix.com. Yoursite.wix.com is not a domain name that is yours. It's not like CNN.com, right? It's a subdomain, your website, .wix.com. Wix.com is the domain name. The subdomain is your website. So you're going to go ahead and create a subdomain for your notes website because we're going to put your notes website on the web and your foods website on the web. So we're going to go ahead and put our last name, notes site, or just, well, actually we'll put notes. So I put Sylvia's Notes, and then you're going to go ahead and domain an extension and you can pick one. I suggest, actually, I require that you use a pz.com. That way I know what yours is. So it has to be your last name, no spaces, the word notes. That way I can go to your website even if you don't send me your information. .apz.com. All right. Once you've done that, you can search to see if that domain name is available. If it is not, just go ahead and add your first name at the beginning of it. So mine would be leahsylviasnotes.apz.com, and hopefully that's available. And if it's not, just let me know. All right, next thing. Enter additional information. Do you need a username and password? No. So just leave it the way it is and say, I'm not a robot, and create that account. Then what you're going to be able to do is go ahead and open up that control panel. So click and open up the control panel. And when you go to open the control panel, it's going to give you something that looks like a scam. This is not a scam. I've done this for years. It looks scammy. The important notice, the way it's written, the fact that you have to approve and disapprove it, it looks like it's going to put a virus on your computer. It is not. Trust me, I've been doing this on my computers for years. So we're going to approve it. And then it will load your control panel. I know it seems ridiculous, but just go with it. Okay. So now that you've done that, if you see it open up a new tab to show you your panel. And if you go back here, you can now view your client area. And everything should be available, including this file manager, which is orange. And this is probably one of the most important parts that you got to make sure is orange. It will not turn orange until you go to your control panel and do the approval for that important notice, which totally looks like a scam. So just do that, and then we'll be able to upload files in the next video.